how much I owe in student loans. How much money?
Wow.
Damn.
I owe in student loans. Now let me provide you with some additional information, since I know that this video is going to go viral because people are cruel and a lot of people are going to be ready to attack me in the comments and judge me and do whatever they got to do to feel good about themselves. I am a proud 25-year-old with over $100,000 in student loan debt. I went to school. I got a free associate degree through the early college program. I then furthered my education and got 2 additional degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship with a minor in management, and I have a master's degree in organizational leadership. But one thing America doesn't know about me is that I have one additional degree that's not on file and it's not in the records anywhere, and that's a law degree. At any given point, I'm prepared to take the stand and explain why I cannot afford to pay a dime on them student loans.
You have a law degree.
I say, you're not a lawyer?
Baby, you ain't never seen a sharp, undegreed attorney like me ever in your life. It's my time to shine. They just said that 92% of the people that went to college and racked up all this student loan debt don't and won't have jobs.
It's like Jasmine.
In the degrees that they got the debt in. So why y'all asking us to pay this money back?
Because you asked for it.
If you know that, why are we being asked to pay? And then this is the thing that gets me. Before I could even lift my right foot out of the door frame of graduation, my university was already contacting me for a donation. It's because of y'all that I'm a bam flipping donation to the Department of Education. And now they want to garnish our wages. What did you go to school for? Did you graduate with your degree? And are you actively using your degree to make tons of money like they promised you? Was it worth going to college? Was it worth racking up all this student loan debt? And even if you did go to college, finish your degree, you walked across the stage and you got your pretty degree, have you finished paying back your student loan?
Hold on, so she thought
She wasn't mad at Trump. She was mad at the colleges. So I mean, I ain't gonna lie. She not tripping, bro.
100K in student loan debt is absolutely insane.
She did that to
College
herself.
is a scam.
Nah, bro.
I don't think it's a scam, but I think getting 100K in student loan debts is a scam.
Like, you cannot get scammed, but you can get scammed.
She was better off.
Therefore,
the wrong thing.
It's a scam.
Yeah, okay. I'm not mad at that take.
She could
Like, you could go and not get scammed, but you could also go and get scammed.
Yeah, that's how scamming is.
Exactly. So therefore, you have to be declared.
Well,
But I mean, you can get a good
this
job.
is self-harm.
and pay it
She did
back.
this herself.
Can't even park there.
She could have just joined the military and got her a free degree.
But I understand the outrage because
There should be no outrage, bro.
the colleges have failed us.
What you mean? You decide.
Colleges is not the same
Yeah,
like
it
they used to
should-
do. They
you
went
just-
woke.
I'm not
They
gonna
went
lie.
woke. They started worrying about politics more than teaching people. They stopped, like dialect. They just became a money machine.
Besides, like the financial classes, did we in the communication classes? Did you learn anything?
No.
I think I did.
I ain't learned a damn thing.
well, I was
But
saying,
how to study
I was saying
and how to
certain-
research.
Certain stuff we learned that was valuable.
I think my capacity to take in knowledge and
That you
understand
use today.
knowledge grew.
That we use
I mean,
today.
that's what I'm
like,
saying,
yeah, you
though.
learn
Even if
things.
you get a
What
job-
things that we're
Exactly.
using right now today did we learn?
And when you
How to do this.
We didn't learn this in the classroom.
But we did start learning it in college though.
Yeah, but we didn't learn it in the
college.
classroom.
Yeah, but like at the same time,
College teaches you more outside of the classroom than it does in the classroom. That's the only thing I'll say about college. It is worth it because you learn how to grow up and you learn how
Yeah.
to, mature and you see other people. And it's good to do that, I think, at that young of an age, instead of just going into the world. Because, if you make a decision in college, you can switch your major. Things can happen. But, like, if you go straight to the work world, it's a
I don't think.
cold
I think
world,
like
you know? Straight out of high
kinesiology-
school, that's tough.
Kinesiology and nursing.
I think you realize
You can use your degree, but everybody doesn't. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's what you learn outside of the classroom and how you mature and grow.
because like you don't learn
I'll
how to be a teacher.
I'll say this. Yeah, you do.
In college?
In education classes, yeah.
So most people come out. A lot of people are coming out of college being teachers. Like you don't learn how to be a teacher in college.
Yeah, you do.
They be
my
shadowing.
undergraduate college.
They be shadowing
was
and they be
the top-
teaching. They be having
was the
an
top
assistant
teacher
teach.
college in Kansas. They had a school of education and a master's college for education.
I don't know. I just feel like you have to relearn. I mean, your job all over. Like,
I mean, they're gonna train you. Yeah,
You don't have to have a degree to be a
I don't
teacher.
know. I don't really agree with what y'all saying that you don't learn things in college. Like,
I mean, you
people
do,
people
but,
like
like,
nurses,
Not practical things.
nurses, engineers,
things like that. Things
Yeah, no,
like
I'm
that.
saying, though, yeah, it is.
computer
Specific.
scientists,
But, like,
IT department.
if you
Like,
go to
all them, they're
school-
learning that stuff in college. Like, I think like
I
there
feel
are
like
specific
entrepreneurship,
things.
they ain't gonna teach you how to be an entrepreneur.
No, they're not. I have a master's degree in it. But I mean, the stuff they cover, I mean, they teach you stuff about like starting businesses and stuff and
They
loans.
teach you
and
about
stuff.
it, but they ain't got no business. You know?
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I just think like the whole like I do think it matters what you get your degree in and like what.
And
you're
the
trying to
political
do.
stuff they teach, but like they really try to sway people to the left, but they do. Like that's a real thing.
I don't think that's at every college though.
Not at every, but most colleges are. woke.
So you feel bad that she pulled out $100K?
Yeah, I don't feel bad for her. That was her
I-
choice. You
that
chose
sucks.
to do
Feel
that.
bad.
I don't.
Why you feel bad?
I feel bad.
I think it's
Because you
bad.
had to go there, apply
Listen.
for it, and then it
Listen,
And you
Hey,
know,
listen,
I
listen,
understand.
listen,
I
I'll say
understand, but
this.
I can still feel bad because
you took that
That's
out.
a lot of debt. That's a lot of
and,
money.
and if you could get a good job, maybe it'd be worth it. But if you can't, damn, bro. So I can feel bad, you know. And I got a lot of people that I know that's in college debt, you know.
Yeah,
so
for
this
sure.
one hits home for me.
No, I agree. And that's
but-
why I said I think the IDR should exist. But I don't know, like, like
I'm sorry. You know
100K
you're gonna pay
in
that
loans
back.
is a
Yeah.
lot of money.
You know
Like,
you're gonna pay
at
that
some
back.
point you had to know they're gonna come for that. Second off,
What schools did she go
that's
to?
what I want to know. Second off, it's like
She probably just took all the max bread and
Like,
just pocket some of it.
I
you
do
know?
feel your point. Like I know people in debt for sure. I think it's bad. I think it's terrible. And I think the IDR was the best thing to happen. The fact that they're putting more stipulations on that is weird to me because the IDR people were paying the loan back. So to make it harder to pay it back now, that's not benefiting anybody, in my personal opinion.
I just
So they
think
took away the one that
besides
with the-
nursing.
how much you make.
nursing.
Yeah, they like putting more stipulations on it. I was reading it. They're like making it stricter and like they closed the applications for it and stuff. So I'm like,
See,
okay,
what
I
sucks
don't
for
really
her, though,
understand that.
Like if you're in what is it, political science? That's like what most people do to be a lawyer. Like you're not gonna really learn anything while you're in. Well, like maybe.
I don't agree with that, bro.
See, because like, bro,
I
you're
don't
gonna have
agree
to
with
go
that
to
narrative.
do
I
two more
I
years
don't
after
agree
that,
with
bro.
that.
Like what you
College
actually
is,
are learning.
law school's 3 years.
Like besides engineering and nursing, like bro, like what the
Things
professors
like that.
teach, like
But even then, don't you go to nursing school?
Yeah. You gotta get
After
nursing
you
college.
get your-
No, you
or
do your
that's part of
basics
it?
and you apply to nursing college.
see,
You have
yeah,
to get
yeah,
accepted.
so that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like they're taxing for that information, and it's not that.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what I.
They getting it
I
off
don't know.
Socratic.
I see y'all point. 'Cause
The
there
basics
are-
and stuff.
Listen. I see y'all point because there's a
too
lot
much.
of classes that you take in college that that's BS. But to say that you don't learn anything, I disagree.
I learned.
I don't
some
think
stuff
you
in
learned.
college.
Okay,
I
you
disagree.
learn things.
Like you pick a designated field of study, and they will teach you information about that field of
A
study.
little bit of information,
I
but they're
won't say
not
a little
going.
bit.
I don't think
I
it's
just disagree
enough
with that.
information for what you're paying.
That's all I'm saying. Too.
Okay, that's
That's
Because
what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
even
Valid
get an
point.
entry level job still.
Now, if
That's
you're
not
living,
true.
If you're on,
That's not true.
if you're on campus living though,
That is false.
you should get taxed though, because I mean you are living it and you getting the food.
But you don't
But
have
you
to
need
do
that though.
I mean, no, yeah, but like that's probably what happened to her. Like it's no way you're 100K in debt and didn't live on campus.
You
I don't
definitely
know.
did.
A lot of the takes like, oh, we're not
That's
getting
part of
jobs
it.
in our field. Da, 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 da. It's like
That's happening though.
That's why you
I
gotta.
don't know. I
hey,
just don't agree.
I
with a
feel
lot of
like
these takes.
you know, there's ways though to community college. I went to community college. You know, she said she got a free associates though. So how did only 2 years of college?
She said she got
Yeah, I
two
don't know what
bachelor's
she
degrees
did.
and a law degree. So that's
Maybe she was in
that's
there.
probably
You
an
get an
additional
extra bachelor's. I'm
5
sorry, but I
years.
feel like I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. But if you get extra bachelor's, you're wasting your time.
I agree. Unless
Just
you
go get a master's.
Unless you get one of them specified bachelors like a BSN or engineering degree.
Believe it's people in the comments of this student loan situation talking about some, yeah, this is how the world works. You borrow money, you pay it back. Shut your stupid ass up. A fucking school loan ain't the same as an auto loan or a home loan or a personal loan, you damn idiot.
Is it not?
Black people, minorities especially, had to go to school. We ain't left shit.
She
We
said
had to go to school. I had no
especially.
choice but to go to damn school. And then when I
Especially.
went to school, it wasn't like I'm working for my damn self now. I'm making money for other people. And the money gets taxed. This shit is all going back into the hand. It's like a big ass circle, and y'all fail to realize that. Your fucking credit score is made the fuck up. That's some made up shit. Money made the fuck up. This is a system. America is a system. I'm confused at how the hell y'all still don't realize this shit.
So y'all, I made a video about me owing student loans, right?
Why do we gotta always do these videos?
Yeah, bro.
I owe about
I don't like
150,000
that,
in
bro.
student
It's always
loans. I got
black
2
girls.
degrees.
Yeah,
I
I got
don't wanna
a
pick on
bachelor's
them.
in
I don't either,
biology and
bro.
I got a master's in secondary education.
I can't tell.
with an endorsement in clinical mental health counseling, right?
That chicken one looks good.
I feel so y'all
wanna
mean
be
to
the
tell me y'all gonna garnish my check. I'm trolling, right? I made that video last night. I never knew it was so many
150K?
negative people
Can we just not, bro?
that would comment on that video. I feel like my video reached the wrong side of TikTok.
Well-
Like, just laugh. I'm not mad about it. I haven't paid these years in over 4 years. After I
you're not
graduated in
gonna pay your
2021. You
shit
think I'm worried about it now?
Oh, Joe Biden, he didn't do enough to end student debt relief. Even though he tried to get rid of all student loan debt relief, went to the U.S. Supreme Court. U.S. Supreme Court said no, and then he turned around and then they figured out within the rules how they could wipe out more than 150, upwards of $200 billion in student loan debt. And then people were still bitching and moaning about how they wanted him to wipe out student loan debt relief when it was already clear it didn't happen. So maybe if a bunch of those same people had voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, then that would have happened because then she would have appointed 3 Supreme Court justices. But that's another story. So what then happens? Folks sit on their asses, they don't vote, or some vote for MAGA, and guess what we now get?
Shame both of y'all.
This from the clueless press secretary Carolyn Levitt about student loans.
The Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion. But fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. America is $36 trillion in debt. We must get our fiscal house in order and restore common sense to our country. If you take out a loan, you have to pay it back. It's very simple.
Really? Okay.
It's a loan, bro.
Gotcha.
in
Tell
the
that
name.
I've never really agreed with
when
this whole
taxpayers
thing this
used
whole time.
Trump used $25 billion to give to farmers, and last time
pulled out a loan.
because of his dumb.
I'm just gonna keep it 100.
I keep
If
it
you
on.
pull out money, bro, that was not your money, and you expect not to pay back for it, you're insane.
Okay,
That's
listen,
living
listen.
in delusion.
Listen. I'll say this. Like, look, I do
Ain't
understand
shit free.
the fact that people have to pay it back, but the fact that they're making they're just taking away the stuff that they use to help people pay it back. I don't agree with that.
Well,
me personally,
are they
I've never
doing
once
that?
agreed with that.
Are they doing that?
Yes. We looked it up on the last video. They making the IDR harder and they're restricting it. Like, I think if y'all going if they want to make Americans pay the loan back and y'all talking about y'all want to help Americans, then put the IDR back in place. People are paying the loans.
Well, you think that
They're paying the loan.
I know, but do you think it's that the administration wants to make it harder for the American people?
Well, that's quite literally what's going to happen to millions of people, though.
Or do you think? Well, it's the Department of Education that we're talking about, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
That's the government, huh?
But
Which is
the
tax
fact
dollars.
that the Trump administration is doing this, and there's millions of people that are going to be affected by this. They're making the lives of millions of people harder. I don't agree with that. Me personally, I'm America first. So anything that hurts the American people, to me, I said this on camera while we were watching the election campaign. I said the best thing Joe Biden ever did, in my opinion, was the income-driven repayment plan. So the fact that they're fucking that up, I don't agree with
You
that.
might say I'm
I
an
don't agree
asshole
with
for
that at all.
thinking this,
Me
but
personally.
they brought that harm and pain to themselves.
Listen, bro. You're right, and I'm not disagreeing with
Yeah,
that.
I feel
but-
like you
but-
already know what
He
was
already
going.
did something different.
But I'm not saying that they shouldn't have to pay the loan back. I agree with the fact that people got a lot of money, yes. But the fact that they had something in place to help people pay that back, and make it easier for them to pay it back, I was in favor of that. The fact that they're messing that up, I don't like that.
What we have to figure out is why. What's the reason why? Because it got to be a reason why they're saying that the taxpayers are paying.
Well, like if we do relieve student loan debt, that's the tax American.
That was just
Somebody's
printed
gotta
out
pay.
money.
Somebody
American
gotta
will be
pay.
paying for that.
So and
we'll be paying for that.
So in the back end, they're gonna get hurt. The same people who did take out the loans.
They're gonna end up, they're gonna make
You got
the
to pay
dollar
back- you got to
worse
pay
and everything.
taxes.
Yeah, everything's gonna
They
be
pay
worse.
taxes anyway.
Yeah, but they're gonna go up.
Would they?
I guess.
Yeah, that's
I mean, 'cause
what
if they gonna
she
go up
said.
for me, why would I not want them to get it? You know,
I guess.
Somebody got to pay it.
Yeah, it would be.
No,
us
I
paying.
think it's gonna fall on the
I don't know.
taxpayer.
We spending billions of dollars on all this shit that doesn't go to
Yeah.
America. So to me, when they were like, "Oh, we got to pay billions," I'm like, "We pay billions on plenty of other shit anyway." So to me, I'm like, if y'all want to say, "Oh, we're paying billions of dollars," it's bad. Let's stop sending foreign aid to every single country. Let's stop spending. Let's only spend money in America. If sending billions of dollars on stuff is bad, that's like that to me is my counterpoint to that argument. But I do understand why people don't want to pay for other people's loans.
We know they have to pay their money back, but maybe that is like
I do understand
because
it,
but if they're allowing you to pay $200 a month, that's a finesse.
Nah,
though.
but
Finesse,
you paying,
you
bro.
still paying.
And you $100K in debt. When is that shit gonna get paid off?
Hey,
Let's say that with cars, they don't care about that.
facts.
You get a $60K car, you gonna pay $1,000 a month. They gonna get that.
Okay,
But you paying you got $100K in debt, and you paying $500.
That's a yeah.
Nah, he might just
Bro,
be making the loan
listen,
a
bro.
little bit more fair to pay back.
Listen, bro. If you're paying $500 on a $100K loan, you're literally gonna pay until you die.
Okay, I mean I get
What's
that.
the problem with that?
Yeah, I mean
you getting paid for the shit.
That's how you gonna do it, but they
it's
like
sad
cars,
though,
bro.
bro, because you should. I feel like
You gotta.
It
have
is sad. I agree
bro.
with Brock. It is sad. I'm in some capacity. I don't feel bad because why the fuck would you take $100,000 in
some
loans?
people got no guidance, bro.
Look though, when you sign off on a car, they're gonna say you want 48 months,
Try to
60
do
months,
better.
or 72 months.
No, we understand this, bro. But
Bro,
look,
that's
though.
a car, bro.
Think about it.
brother. You gonna pay
It's
this
not.
car-
It's
you
different
get
than a
this
car,
car for
bro.
lifetime.
No,
It's
listen
different than a
though.
car though, because this is
Listen
somebody's
though.
life. It's
Yeah,
not like
bro.
a vehicle. It's not a material
Student
thing.
loans.
It's
student
an
loans-
education.
No,
Somebody
student
trying
loans
to
has
better
a payment-
themselves and go
repayment
to
period.
college, bro.
It has a repayment period.
You
like
know-
10 years.
Still a loan though, bro.
But
You
think
get
about it though,
a
real
loan
quick
for a
though.
car, you getting
It's a
loan for
loan,
a
yes.
house. Same
I
thing.
understand this, and it's a loan, and then you took it out, you got to pay it back. But college is like, when people went to college, we encourage people to go to
fuck all
college.
their feelings.
We
It's a
shame
loan.
people.
LOAN.
Yes, that's it.
Loan.
Loan.
Yeah.
You can get a grant.
40 months, 60 months, 72. You gotta pick one, brother. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna pay this. I'm gonna pay
No,
the
listen
car
though.
aside
Listen-
for a lifetime.
listen
Let me get
though.
$200 a month.
Student
and
loans-
Let me pay it off. That's a finesse.
Student loans have a repayment period. They put it on like
Shit.
a 10-year plan.
We gonna get y'all. He might be saying, "Look, man, y'all got 90 months, man, or y'all got 200 months, but you can't say lifetime. That's $75 a month." Shit, I'll take that all day. I'll be eating in the cafeteria. I'll be doing all types of shit. It's a loan.
It's all me.
Yeah,
But that is no time thinking of comments, y'all.